can the saints catch this wave? Will they ride it? Let me tell you what the Lord said to me. The Lord said to me, he said, when the move of God, this thing is calling the river, when it moves. Now, there are those close to me here that bear me witness. I have been saying for at least as I can remember, 2016, maybe before, maybe slightly before, I'm not sure, that the Lord has been saying that there's something he released upon the earth. Now, I knew before this time, but there became an urgency about that time, that there's something the Lord released because of his move and what he wants to do. He said, anything African we sell. In 2001, I saw a horse. I was in prayer. I saw a horse going through all of the nations of the world, through the world. And the horse was coming out with filthy gutter water. And I shouted in the vision, Lord, what is this? And I traced it and was coming out of Nigeria. I said, what horse is coming out of Nigeria, pumping filth into all the world? And the Lord told me that's Nollywood. 2001. I didn't even watch Nollywood. I was in UK, 2001. It's now 2024. My wife bears me witness. I told my wife, I said, we will see Nigerian actors doing collaborations with international actors. It's the way forward. We've seen it with I said this before the singers started doing it. I said this years ago. And this is what the Lord said. This wave has been released. If you, the saints, the saint of God, if you hold on, if you sit down, the unbeliever will ride this wave and you will wonder, how did they do it? I am perplexed. I have no understanding when I hear people say, Microsoft, Bill Gates, that if tithing and this is true, how come they make that? How come they have that kind of money? They're not tithers. I am just perplexed because don't you understand? There are two different kingdoms and there are two different systems. We don't have the same system, but there's something they have. Jesus said the children of darkness have this one thing. They know how to walk their system. We don't know how to walk our system. So when we should have been done begging and praying, we still go back to begging and praying, asking God to do something when we should do something. So the Lord said to me, when I said, can the saints catch this wave? Can we ride it? Audacity and obedience ought to coexist together. In the church, we don't really have time for audacity. Those who love God talk about obedience so much. And my God, if you know me, obedience is everything to me. But I have found out you can't truly obey if you're not willing to be audacious. You can't really obey. Abraham could not have stepped out without being audacious. He had nowhere to go. He was just going because God told him to go. So if God calls you into business and you are sure it's the Lord and he's told you it's time to step out, you must be ready to be audacious. If God calls you into entertainment, let us stop these little simple business ideas. These little things of, I want to sell car, but I can just sell 2 cars a week. What is wrong with us? So I just build my house and my wife and our children. The next generation will do everything. Oh God. Say, no, you don't understand. You just want to make heaven. Even Jesus will tell you when you get there, this is not what I called you to do. Just want to make heaven. I've taken you away since. Live life. God is waiting for men. You know why the nation is in darkness? There's national greed has collapsed in Nigeria. You know why? Because the people God called to be engineers, many of them are pastoring in the church. And there's no problem in pastoring. I'm a minister. You understand? But I haven't left business yet because he told me not to. Those who he told to leave, praise God. But I'm telling you, the reason why the networks, our phone networks, because the people God called to do it may be thinking, God going to go and start a whole phone network and make billions. No, no, we don't want to fall into sin. Jesus. I've lived, apart from what I'm doing these last few years, putting together a structure to set up a hybrid venture capital company. And I'm not looking for anybody. I'm not, if we're trying to do business to help people raise 3,000, now I believe in the days of small beginning. Do not understand. But I served my days of small beginning, and I don't want to work with those who are doing small beginning. Do your small beginning, and there's nothing wrong with it. It is beautiful. So you see, when I say I believe in days of small beginning, I'm not lying. I believe it. It's okay to start with $500. It's okay to start with $200. It is great. It is when you think that you don't have to go beyond that, that's a problem. It's when you think that because you are serving God, you can never go better than that unless you cut corners. That's the problem. But if you believe God with your $500 and you take step by step, your $500 can become $5,000. You can find, and should I tell you something? That's why I said we need venture capital companies, not venture capital companies that are churches that you just do wuru with, and then no. We need people who understand that there are men and women, there are technologies that are still being birthed in the hearts of men and women. We need those kind of people. You know who started venture capital? It was one man. It was a Frenchman who relocated to America, one of the first lecturers in Harvard. There was nothing like venture capital before. He believed it. He believed after the Second World War. I think that's ARD, or ARD, I believe, and these guys actually started it step by step. They built the first businesses. They built the venture capital model, which, by the way, is much outdated right now. They built it. Somebody believed, and they did something about it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, so